So, Wix or Shopify? It's literally the million-dollar question for practically every overwhelmed beginner out there wanting to start an e-commerce side hustle. I mean, you have the ambition, you've got the drive, but the second you sit down at your computer, bam, you are hit with this massive wall of technical choices. Which platform is actually going to help you succeed rather than just totally draining your wallet while you try to figure out how it all works?
Welcome to this explainer. I'm super pumped you're here today because we're going to cut right through all that noise and lay down the definitive blueprint for building your e-commerce store without all the friction. If you've been sitting on a brilliant idea but feeling totally paralyzed by platform choices, stick with me. I promise you're going to get a definitive answer by the end of this, based entirely on where you are right now in your journey. Okay, let's dive into this. Our roadmap today is pretty straightforward. We'll start with the ultimate platform showdown. Look at setup and ease of use, break down those transparent costs and transaction fees, touch on dropshipping and security, go over driving store traffic, and finally, look at some really exclusive off-site bonus offers.
All right, Section 1, the ultimate platform showdown.
Before we start comparing the actual tech, we really have to remember the basics, right? To make money online, you need a domain, you need winning products, a professional-looking store, and of course, traffic. So how do these two titans actually stack up? Over on the Shopify side, you're looking at a platform powering over 4.6 million stores and processing billions in sales. It is undeniably built for massive scale. But then look at Wix, over 282 million registered users. It is built for incredible speed and accessibility. Listen, both of these are absolute giants. Both handle your hosting and hold PCI DSS Level 1 security, which basically means they are Fort Knox when it comes to protecting your customers' payment data. But the absolute best choice? There's no one-size-fits-all answer here. It depends entirely on whether you're trying to build an enterprise team ready to scale to the moon, or if you're just juggling a beginner's side hustle around your already crazy busy life.
Moving right along to Section 2, Setup and Ease of Use.
You know what the biggest killer of new businesses is? It's actually not a bad product, it's friction, and that dreaded learning curve. So let's put these platforms through the friction test. Shopify is incredibly powerful, no doubt, but it has a very commerce-first learning curve. We're talking configuring shipping zones, connecting payment gateways, managing a dozen different apps. It takes serious time. Now, if you're an expert, you love that level of granular control. But if you're a beginner, that is pure friction. And friction is exactly where your momentum goes to die. Wix approaches this entirely differently. Its main goal is beginner-friendly speed. It's meticulously designed to get your store live and breathing before you lose that initial spark of energy.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what I mean. Notice the simple chat prompt. Instead of just throwing you into some complicated dashboard full of settings and themes, Wix's AI builder, which they call Aria, starts the whole process through a casual conversation. You literally just ask it a question. In this case, the user is just asking for a vibrant, playful site for a matcha brand. That's your starting line. How easy is that? And then, from that single prompt, the Aria builder generates the entire site live, right in front of your eyes. It's rearranging layouts, it's swapping background images, it's tweaking the text, all in real time. Zero code required. No more losing your entire weekend watching endless YouTube setup tutorials. You can literally have a beautiful, fully functional storefront live in about 5 minutes. And the faster you go live, the sooner you find out if your business idea is actually going to work in the real world.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sheer depth of Shopify's back-end infrastructure. Look at these complex metafields. This granular control over products, variants, and customer data, it is exactly what advanced enterprise-level users absolutely love. It's built for massive scale. But for a beginner who's just trying to launch their very first store after working a 9-to-5, honestly, this is completely overwhelming. It's just way too much data, way too soon.
Okay, Section 3. Wix costs and transaction fees.
We really need to pivot to the transparent math here. It's so easy to just look at a flat monthly subscription fee and call it a day, but we have to look closely at what these platforms actually cost you when you start making real sales. Looking at the Wix pricing structure, the entry-level core plan is $35 a month, which is honestly very similar to Shopify's entry tier. But as you grow, Wix scales a lot cheaper. The business plan is $85 a month, and the top-tier Business Elite is $195 a month. But wait, there's a catch you absolutely must be aware of: transaction commissions. On that $35 core plan, Wix takes a 4% commission on every transaction. On the business plan, it's 2%, and on Elite, it drops to 0%. And keep in mind, this commission is totally on top of your standard payment processing fees.
So let's break down the exact math so there are zero surprises down the road. Imagine you just made a $100 sale on the Wix core plan. First, you've got that 4% transaction commission, so that's $4 right there. Then you add the standard Wix payments processing fee, which is 2.9% plus 30 cents, totaling $3.20. Add those two together, and your total per sale fees on a $100 order is going to be exactly $7.20. It is absolutely crucial to understand these numbers so you know exactly when it makes financial sense for your business to upgrade your plan and drop that transaction commission entirely.
But hey, before you think Shopify is automatically the cheaper route because of those transaction fees, let's look at this. This is the Shopify App Store. Shopify is famous for this massive ecosystem. But here is the warning label. Most of the really good tools cost extra. It is incredibly common for a growing Shopify store to spend an extra $100 to $300 every single month just on apps to get the basic functionality they want. Plus, every third-party app you install, that's a potential security vulnerability if the developer lets it fall out of date. Wix, by contrast, keeps way more of its core functionality native and built in, right out of the box.
All right, Section 4, Dropshipping and Store Security.
So, how do these platforms actually handle product sourcing securely? Well, here is a hard truth for you. Neither platform is going to magically pick your winning products for you. You still have to figure out what sells. Shopify leans on its vast app network for this, heavily relying on tools like DSers for dropshipping. Wix, however, features this awesome direct integration with Zendrop and Modalist. And guys, this is a massive advantage. Zendrop fulfills millions of orders and tracks real-time sales trends globally across hundreds of niches. Having that integrated directly into your Wix store means you can pull high-quality product images and descriptions securely without wrestling with complicated third-party bridges that break all the time.
Section 5, Driving Traffic to Your Store.
Okay, you can build the most beautiful site in the world, but if literally no one sees it, you won't make a single dime. This is the absolute hardest part of e-commerce, and it's what kills most beginner stores, period. Shopify has a very robust setup for driving traffic. It seamlessly integrates with Google, Instagram, TikTok, you name it. But again, fully leveraging these often requires paid apps, adding to that monthly break-even cost we talked about. Wix thinks a completely different approach. Included right in its paid plans are these incredibly powerful inbuilt marketing tools. We're talking AI-generated meta tags for SEO, instant homepage indexing, a native blog, and direct pixel integrations for Meta, Google, and TikTok. It literally gives you the foundation to turn your casual social followers into actual paying customers without forcing you into expensive app subscriptions right out of the gate.
And finally, Section 6, Exclusive Off-Site Affiliate Bonuses.
So, let's pivot to a real solution for your product research and traffic woes. The crucial point here, and you really need to hear this, is that this specific blueprint, which includes Store Build AI and the Marketing Mastermind, absolutely cannot be found directly on the main Wix website. If you just go type in wix.com right now, you are going to miss out on these completely. These automated tools are strictly off-site, and they are completely exclusive to the affiliate link provided in our source material.
Let me enthusiastically break down exactly what that affiliate link unlocks for you, because it's a game changer. First, you get Store Build AI for free. This tool taps right into Zendrop's live global data, identifies 20 top-performing products in your specific niche, writes the descriptions, and auto-loads them into your store with automatic fulfillment already connected. I mean, it's a completely done-for-you product research system. Second, you gain access to a $3,000 traffic mastermind taught by a former super affiliate, guaranteeing you know exactly how to drive actual buyers to your new store. And finally, if you use the annual billing hack through that link, you get 20 to 50% off your plan, plus a free custom domain for your entire first year.
I want to leave you with this thought today, because I think it perfectly summarizes the entire core philosophy of this explainer. The most important platform isn't the most powerful one, it's the one you'll actually launch on and stick with. Shopify might have the enterprise scale for sure, but for a beginner, Wix systematically removes the friction. It ensures your store actually gets built and gets out into the world, instead of just dying as another forgotten idea in an open browser tab.
So, I guess the only question left for you is, are you ready to claim your blueprint and finally launch your store today? You now have the exact roadmap to bypass all that setup friction and get your winning products automated. Just make sure to utilize that affiliate link so you get your hosting, your free domain, and all that amazing traffic training covered right now. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer today. The tools are waiting, so what are you going to build first?